Dear friends, welcome back. In this video, I'd like to go through another machine on the One Hub, which is Sunset Dusk. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. From my point of view, this machine is for beginner. Without further ado, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, the IP address of the target could be recognized as 163. So what are we going to do next? We need to do the port and self-scanning with the map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used the options like SyncScan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -p- to do the full range port scan. The last option of all is ON to output the result into this file. The IP address has been changed, as you can notice here, from the first time when I did the machine. So from the map scanning results, we can know that the target has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 open port numbers in total. So let's take a look at these open port numbers one by one. The first one is 21, which is running FTP service and also the version information. And also from the default script scanning with FTP service, we can be told that the target doesn't allow anonymous login. The next one is 22, which is running SSH service and also the version information, OpenSSH 7.9. I don't think we can find any vulnerability for this particular version. And the next one is 25. As we know, this port number is used by the SMTP or Simple Mail Transfer Protocol by default. And in most cases, we cannot get anything from this port number. Okay. And the next one is 80, which is running HTTP service and also the version information Apache 2. And the next one is 3306, which is running MySQL service and even the exact version number information. And the next one is 8080. Again, it's running HTTP service, but the service is different, which is PHP CLI server. Of course, a map cannot make sure that it's exact version number. Okay, so what do we have to do next? Just I mentioned in the other videos, if the target has file sharing service running, for example, like the FTP service, Samba service, NFS service, such services should become the first choice to enumerate. This case would be the FTP service. So how to enumerate? First of all, we need to check whether this version of FTP service is vulnerable. Okay, doesn't have any results. Okay, so next we need to connect to the target. So anonymous as username, anonymous, and no password. However, login failed. So I don't think this is the direction what we are seeking. Okay, we need to find something else. So for now, we can exit from the FTP session. So next, I think it's time to enumerate the web application. We can start from the default port number 80, and we can fire up the browser, and we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Press enter, and this is the default Apache 2 page, and we can scroll down. So nothing, just very standard or default Apache 2 page. And also we can check its source code. And we can scroll down to make sure we do not miss anything from its source code. Okay, so next we need to check whether this site has robots file not found, which is fine. Next we can launch Ligato to do the press enter. And Ligato can give us a lot of output from different aspects like the banner information. Of course, this information has been retrieved by the map already, and also the header information. Even sometimes if the web application, I mean the software is vulnerable, the Ligato can also give us such information and allowed HTTP methods and icons. So nothing exciting. Okay, so next we can launch GoBuster to do the directory immersion. And we can use the option of W to specify the word list, directory, and extension option. Press enter. And in the meantime, we can take a look at another port number, which is also running web application or web service. And we can put the port number at its end. Press enter, and we got something back. So this is the PHP gallery, and even give us some files, picture, index file. It looks like we are within the temp directory. Yeah, as you can see at the bottom, we indeed are within the temp directory. So, of course, also as to follow the standard methodology, we need to check whether this site has robots file or not. I don't think we can find anything from the GoBuster for the port number 80 and not found. Okay, so next we can also launch the Ligato again for the second port number 8080 to see whether we can find something interesting. To save time, I will not wait anymore. Okay, just some, not always the Ligato can give us the correct result. Okay, next we can launch the GoBuster to do the directory immersion. And of course, we need to specify the port number, different port number. And we got the error. Of course, to dismiss this error, we can use the exclude lens. Press enter. And I don't think we can find anything interesting from the GoBuster. To save time of this video, I will not wait and interrupt it here. Okay, so how to do? I think it's time to go back to this, this browser, and from here we can get something. First of all, we can know that we are within this directory. This is the first point we can get, and another one, we can get the directory and the files information through the browser. So the first impression when I did the machine, I'd like to check is do the target have the directory traversal vulnerability. Okay, so now we can try that. But the web application at the background is doing some processing, will remove the up layer directory. So this cannot work. Or in other words, directory traversal doesn't exist on the target. So how to do? Maybe next I'd like to download this picture. For example, maybe we can use the wget. Oh. We can copy the file name. It's done. And similarly, we can download another image from the target. Next, we need to make analysis for these images to see whether there is any hidden message inside both picture. Okay, so I'd like to, first of all, we can use a file command and so this is a picture and image, JPEG, image data. Next, we can use EXIF2 to display the metadata of those images, but nothing interesting. Next, we can use stack hide. No passphrase. Then we can try to use stack seek. And next we can try this image. And also we can use bin walk to see if any extract file we can get. Nothing. So a bit disappointing. Okay, we have already done almost everything from the web application, but a bit frustrating. Okay, so how to do? Actually, although I've already I've already tried to connect to the MySQL with weak credential, and actually this should be the only entry for this machine. We can launch the Hydra to do the brute forcing rather than just a simple password root. We need to go further or make more brute forcing. All right. So as you can see, I use the normal L to specify the username, and then the uppercase P to specify the word list. And I use the LOCU as word list to make brute forcing. As you can see, because the password is very simple. So maybe next time when you try to, to check whether the MySQL is vulnerable to the weak credential vulnerability, you not only test the root as password, but also you need to try to use the password. Okay, this one. So anyway, we have already got the valid combinations of username and password for the MySQL. So next we can connect to the database, the password, all right, fantastic. We are connected to the database, and then we can show databases to do some enumeration, and we can use MySQL because we have already become the root user. So tables, and we can select user from user table. We have already got the password, right? The clear text password. So we can. So how to do? Next, so when you can get the root access to the database, what can we do? We need to check whether we can write web shell to the target, to the machine. Before we do that, we need to make some checks. For example, we can show valuables like secure And as you can see, the second variable, this one is not on. It means that we have permission to write or save file into the machine or into the target. So next step would be very straightforward. We can write select, and PHP system one-liner of web shell. Okay, CMD. This should be the parameter name. And should be, so I cannot remember very clearly, which doesn't matter. We can use MySQL. Select right, should be into out into file. So what's the statement? You know, we cannot remember everything, right? So I think, yeah, into out file. Into out file. And we need to give the absolute pass. And just now we have already know the absolute pass of the target. And so we can use var temp and the name. Okay, I need to make a double check. Select, and the one-liner of web shell into auto file. Okay, press enter. No error. And then I think we can exit from my, oh, yes, no problem. Next, we can set up the listener on the Kali Linux. And now we can go back to the browser and access this web shell. I think it's working. It's not working. Fine. What's the problem? I need to check. Interesting. Into auto file, the temp shell.php. Okay, sorry. I need to pass the parameter. My bad. This is my bad. CMD. As you can see, the command can be executed properly as we expected, right? So next, we can run command, and next we can check the netcat, because this is the easiest way to get the reverse shell. The netcat is there. So next we can run netcat, execute bash. Okay, I need to remove additional dot. Press enter. I think this time it's working, and we need to spawn the interactive shell. We can check the Python 2 is there, and import pty spawn. Okay, and next we need to do some local immersion. Before I do that, I'd like to export the variable of term, xterm color, and then we can clear the screen. We can go to the home. There is only one normal user, and then we can grab the user flag, no problem. And next we can check the kernel. This kernel 4.19 is a bit difficult to exploit, okay, or at the kernel level. So I think we need to find something else, and we need to navigate across some locations. Container, permission denied, var, go to backups. Nothing there. Go to www directory. Nothing there. Okay. So next, I think we can upload the Ningpier shell script to do the automatic enumeration. I've already got this script ready. If you have a problem finding this script, please let me know. Okay. So to upload this script, what we need to do is just set up the web server on the Kali Linux, and we can use wget Ningpiers, and we can change mode to run it, and then we can run it. In most cases, when we try to elevate privilege or make lateral movement, we need to rely on the power of an Ningpier shell script because it can automatically enumerate the machine from so many different aspects. For example, like SUID of the SUID bit of binaries, the cron job, processes information. Okay, it's done. And we need to scroll back to scroll up to find the vector which can help us to escalate privilege. Installed compiler, GCC is there, but just I said before, the kernel is not easy to exploit. The current user very weird. Actually, www-data may run the following command on task sudo. And so I think we can make lateral movement to the user task. And the three commands, what we can utilize. But this one, I don't think is available or it's workable. But this one, we can make use of this command to make. As you know, this is the very popular and important command when we try to compile the C code. However, the question is how to utilize this command. So we can go to the website of GTF OBINS and we can put make and navigate to sudo section, and we just follow instructions. And we can copy. Oh, not this one. Should be this one. We can copy. And sudo, we need to specify the username, Dask. Paste in here. As you can see, we successfully made lateral movement, and we can export term. So then we can clear the screen, right? Color. Okay. And next we can try to run sudo, but we do not have the password for this user task. So we just try 3 attempts. So how to do? And we need to check the ID. This user Dask is the member of a Docker group. So I think the privilege escalation can be done by exploiting the Docker command or binary. However, how to do? We can input Docker and the shell. And what we to do is run the commands. But first of all, we need to check whether there is any Alpine image available on the target. So we can use Docker images, but nothing there. So of course, we can use the Docker pull and Alpine to put down this image, and then you just run this command to get our privilege escalated. Since I configured this target machine as host only, and this command pull the pull image requires internet access. So I'd like to end my video here because I've already demonstrated this technique for many times. You can check out throughout my channel. So this pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.